Hey guys, Jay here. So in this video today, I want to share with you guys another idea about a potential build for the upcoming patch. I think this one is much more realistic than the other two that I have shared. And before I actually got into the idea, if you just care about that, please skip to the next part of the video. I will leave the timestamp in the description, but I want to really give a very quick thank you, massive thank you to Kaltorak, to Miso Shiru for name dropping me, my build in their podcast. That is very cool. And the crazy thing is, that happened last night, but that is not the only thing happened last night when I was sleeping. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing that I saw is Kaltorak's DM saying, hey, I got name dropped in their podcast. That is extremely cool. But the second thing that I saw is a lot of comments on YouTube. One particularly comes from a person named Gazi TV and a bunch of his minions, I guess. That comes to my video. Leave a comment, leave a subscribe. That's crazy, right? I have watched Gazi for a very long damn time. I'm not like really a big minion player, but I am really interested in the like game mechanics, so I kind of watch everything PoE really for the last like 10 years or so. And Gazi is someone that I've followed for years. It is super cool of him to actually watch my video on stream, and I watched the VOD again. So I think he will drop a video like shout out to me or something. That is super damn cool. Massive thanks to you, Gazi. Anyway, that is enough rambling about thank you. Now it's going to be rambling about myself. You thought it's going to be the video, right? No, that is going to be next. I love yapping. Anyway, the next yap is going to be about myself, my own schedule. I think I mentioned this in previous videos as well, but um, because of the new patch coming, right? And because there is a lot of new players who is watching the content for PoE, if you want to follow my build as a league start, I would highly recommend you to not do so. First of all, my stuff is very experimental. I always try to do something new, and a lot of them are untested or the numbers is not even known, so high chances I'm going to fail here and there. I will find ways to fix things. I will eventually come up with like a viable build with ideas, but that might take time, right? So that is the first thing. The second thing is I am not going to be able to play in the first day and the second day of the league launch due to some personal schedule, right? So I will be playing in the third and fourth day, and probably I will be streaming quite a lot on YouTube right here. So if you want to, just come and check out. Yeah, that's about it. I would not be able to play for the first 2 days, so I would not be able to like test stuff and then also potentially like make guys and stuff like that. I cannot do that really in the first 2 days, and it will take time for the third and fourth day as well. So do not expect that because I cannot do it. So probably my builds, my wonky stuff should be like your second character or something like that if you want to kind of follow, if you think it's cool. Anyway, that is enough. And actually, let's just get to the content of this video. Why you clicked the video in the first place, right? The first thing is I want to mention again, Black Flame Covenant. I really want to play builds with this keystone. If you have not know what it is, it converts basically fire spell to chaos. Everything fire becomes everything chaos, including the color of the skill. So red skill will become purple skill. I just love purple. Every PoE player loves purple. And yeah, that is the first thing I want to build around. So what is the skill? The skill is going to be Living Bomb. I think Living Bomb is a very cool skill. Before it comes from a particular staff. It is a base skill and it will explode at the end of the duration. So what you will do is you want to reduce the duration to basically 0 and it will just instantly pop. And that is a very cool thing to do, right? Now you can no longer do that. Instead of explode on the duration, and it now explode when you deal enough damage or you kill the enemy. So killing the enemy, we don't need to discuss this, but dealing enough damage, that means we can actually use this one for single target situation as well. when you put a living bomb into a boss and you deal enough damage, the living bomb is going to deal just more damage because it explodes, right? So I think this skill is probably a very cool skill to build around. It's also drop a fire infusion. So after I watch and I see all of the numbers and all the mechanics here, I immediately think about a skill. And it also got a lot of change in the upcoming patch. Firestorm. Now it has a base radius of basically half of what it is before. This is not a nerf, by the way. People who have not tried this one might think this is a nerf. I think this actually is a huge freaking buff. Because the base radius of the Firestorm is not how big the explosion is. It is how spread out the freaking bolt is going to be falling down. So normally, if you kind of want to play Firestorm in the previous patch, you always need to reduce the area of effect of the skill. Now it is already half for you compared to before. So this is a huge buff in damage. And it creates 1 bolt every 0.2, previously 0.1. This is a nerf, but compared to this is actually still much better. It also got the damage nerf a little bit, but it got a big mechanic change or a big mechanic buff in the sense that now it don't care about it doesn't care about consuming the ignite to create improved bolt, but it will interact with the elemental infusion stuff. And this is the only skill in the game that can interact with 3 elements of infusions, I believe. So it can consume up to 3 infusions. It will create more bolts. It will create stronger bolts. And, well, because we convert all the damage, the fire damage, into chaos, it will be logical to actually convert the rest of the damage to chaos if it consumes a cold and a lightning infusion to create cold and lightning bolt, right? So probably original sin is going to be the choice here. I'm not sure if this is going to be necessary. Maybe we'll just keep some extra lightning and cold damage for some reason, but I think logically we should just convert everything into chaos, right? So this thing will allow us to convert all into chaos, even though we already converted fire, so it is a little bit of a waste there, but we will see if it is necessary or not, right? But the core concept is you are going to use Firestorm. This is the thing that you will cast. It will deal damage to enemy, and you will leave the living bomb in a cast on something. So cast on ailment, I don't think it's going to be that great compared to cast on crit. Hopefully cast on ailment is going to be good, but cast on crit seems like it is going to be the same. It is tried and true, so probably we should look at a blood mage angle here, because blood mage can improve these 2 skills. Both of them got horrendous base crit chance, and they would just become 15%, and you can skill crit damage, and you have life leech, and you can go blood magic. Just the basic package of blood mage can potentially give you a cast on crit, Firestorm, living bomb. I think this is going to be pretty cool to play with. Of course, you can also put more cast on crit or more cast on X setup, and you can either deal more damage, you can apply some debuff, you can spawn additional remnant by using other skills. There's a lot of things that you can do, right? I want to quickly also shout out to a unique that I think is going to be very, very good for this build. And it is super, super cheap, and basically before nobody used it. There is a couple of totem build that use this one, but other than that, nobody used this one. Idol of something, Crimson Amulet. So some life, okay. If we do blood mage, some life is good, right? Some dexterity, not bad, because blood mage is hard to get dexterity, and it has skills, have +1 to limit. If you don't know, living bomb has a limit of 1. You can have only 1 living bomb at a time. Now you can have 2. If you don't know, Firestorm has a limit of 1. You can now have 2 as well. And there's also the overabundance support gem. Now we can put overabundance both on Firestorm and on living bomb, so you can potentially have 3 of them at the same time existing. And therefore, it can improve the damage of both Firestorm and living bomb by quite a lot, literally 3 times. The downside of the overabundance support gem is also reduced duration. which we don't really care about because the duration of Firestorm is 6 seconds, I do believe. So even if you cut it by half, it is still 3 seconds. That is long enough to kill basically every mob in the game. And when you fight like bosses, you can just cast every 3 seconds. Of course, you cast 3 and then you just basically recycle them every 3 seconds. That's not a big deal at all, right? So that is basically the whole idea. So that is this is probably my last video before the league launch. I will be probably silent until day 3 when I start streaming the gameplay on YouTube. And yeah, stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. The past couple of days, the past week has been crazy. You know what? Let me actually show you a little bit something here. It is actually crazy. Right, so this is my YouTube studio. Let's go to analytic. This is pretty damn. Geez, and also expose the number of money that I gained this month, right? So, yikes. A lot more subscribers than usual. Thanks a lot, and I will see you in the next video. I try to make better video. I try to learn editing, everything, and that has been a promise, and a broken promise for a long time. Anyway, peace.